Today's inauguration is a big deal, but many Americans are thinking more about tonight. They want to see what Michelle Obama will wear to the inaugural ball. You just heard Reggie Love tell us whatever it is, it will be stunning. All that attention can be life-changing for the First Lady's designer. Jan Crawford is inside the Capitol with that story. Jan, good morning.
Well, good morning, Gail. Mrs. Obama's dress from 4 years ago is on display at the Smithsonian, along with other First Ladies' dresses from over the years. In fact, that is one of the most popular exhibits in the entire Smithsonian group of museums. I remember going there with my mom when I was a little girl, and there's just something magical about it. And Gail, let me tell you what, the designers of those gowns are well aware of that.
I think it'll be fine because it'll look lighter and a little fresher, a little younger.
For Dallas designer Michael Faircloth,
Hand me a couple more pins.
the man behind Laura Bush's first inaugural gown, the assignment of a lifetime came with a special challenge. He got a late start.
Mrs. Bush would never, ever look at a sketch, look at a piece of fabric until the election was totally settled.
In 2000, that took until mid-December when the Supreme Court decided Bush versus Gore.
I remember sitting up in bed or whenever it was first or finally announced. It's like, oh, thank heaven now we can get going.
Faircloth called Mrs. Bush the next day to show her sketches he had been working on in secret. He had about a month to make the dress. You have to consider everything.
Oh, absolutely. How the dress moves, how it dances up and down the stairs.
Wait, how it dances?
How it dances, yes. And
what do you mean by how it dances?
Well, when we were fitting Mrs. Bush at the ranch house, you know, and just looking at the hem of the dress and the flow of the dress, and I said, well, it's going to dance well. And she said, well, we have to dance. So we went arm in arm and waltzed across her kitchen floor.
A test run in the dress. In creating one of the most visible gowns in the world, designers receive instant recognition. 4 years ago, Jason Wu was a relative newcomer when Michelle Obama chose his dress. But unlike Faircloth, Wu didn't know he had been selected until America saw Mrs. Obama.
And I packed up the dress and I flew to Chicago and hand delivered it and on Thanksgiving. And then 2 months later, she wore it. I was in my living room and having pizza, and then with a couple of friends, I was like, I think that's my dress.
Wu's and Faircloth's dresses are part of history, with a permanent home at the Smithsonian. Lisa Grady is curator of the First Ladies exhibit.
They're really a walking billboard for the American fashion industry, and that's the inaugural gown is a great time to showcase American fashion and American designers.
The gowns date back to 1829. Currently on display, Rosalind Carter's from 1977, a dress she wore twice before wearing it a third time to her husband's inauguration.
There were some people that were not happy with that and who criticized her for wearing a dress that she had worn before.
Why?
I think partly it's new, it's special. You want the drama of something new. The country wants the drama of something new.
There's Nancy Reagan's glamorous white one-shoulder dress from 1981. Hillary Clinton's long-sleeve bright purple gown from 1993. And in the center of them all, Michelle Obama's from 2009.
The shoes, the jewelry, this all seems so intimate. Like the First Lady's feet were in those shoes. It feels very personal.
I think people feel as if they're gaining this personal connection with a woman that they feel as if they know.
Now, Mrs. Obama's dress again this year is a closely guarded secret. As Reggie Love told you guys, the office is not releasing any details until Mrs. Obama appears in public tonight. But we've already gotten one kind of clue about her new style, the hairstyle. And as the president said over the weekend, he does love the bangs. Gail?
A lot of people do. Thank you, Jan. I think it's so interesting, guys, that even the designer doesn't know until you see the First Lady appear.
Until the very last minute. There was a report this morning that she's narrowed it down to 2 designers.
From 22. It'll be interesting.
It'll be interesting.